Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of Demystifying the Digital Landscape here at the Online Educators Forum. I'm your host, Lindsay Andreolli-Comstock. Today, I'm answering a fundamental question for anyone trying to navigate modern online education. What is EdTech? While the name is a simple combination of education and technology, in practice, it represents something much more significant. It is the entire digital ecosystem that powers your learning environment. In simple terms, EdTech refers to the digital tools and software used to deliver, manage, and support learning. When we look at an online program, EdTech isn't just one piece of software. It is a network of systems that includes the platform where students log in to access materials and track their online learning progress, the communication tools used for live discussions and collaborations, the digital repositories where resources, videos, and content are stored, and the administrative systems that handle registration, financial payments, data, and user profiles. Essentially, if a digital tool is used to help a student learn, a creator build, or an educator facilitate, it is part of your EdTech environment. It is the infrastructure that replaces the physical classroom and makes online learning possible. Now, let's look at the reality of how these digital tools exist in the real world. Most online programs don't start with a master plan. They grow organically. You need to host a recorded video, for example, so you buy one tool. You need to take payments, so you buy another tool. You need to find a place to host documents, so you adopt a third tool. Before you know it, you have a collection of great digital tools, but they are completely isolated from one another, and they are not moving as one unit. See if you recognize your own organization or school in these deeply common pain points. The first is the spreadsheet shuffle. Your team spends hours downloading data from one system, formatting it into a CSV file, and uploading it to another system, just so a student can start a course. Here's the issue with that example. This doesn't just waste time. It introduces a massive human error possibility. A single typo in a spreadsheet cell can accidentally lock a student out of a course that they've already paid for or completely lose a grade they've already earned. Your team isn't doing high-value educational work. They're acting as human bridges for disconnected software. Number 2, the lost login. Your students are constantly emailing support because they have to remember 3 different passwords across 3 different websites just to complete a single course. Now here's the issue with this example. This causes cognitive confusion. Every time a student has to leave your main platform, log into a secondary video site, and then open a third tool to take a quiz, they lose focus. They are spending their limited mental energy navigating a digital maze rather than absorbing your educational content. And third, the forgotten tool. You look at your billing statements and realize you've been paying for software licenses for 12 months that nobody on your faculty or staff have ever opened. Or conversely, a faculty member bought an unauthorized app on a personal credit card because the institutional tool was too hard to use. Now here's the deeper issue with this example. This creates a fragmented experience where different students are using completely different digital tools depending on who their instructor is. It drains your budget on unused software, and it creates security vulnerabilities because data is living on unapproved software platforms. When your technologies don't speak to one another, a silent tax is levied on your school or organization. A fragmented ecosystem turns your administrators into tech mechanics, copy-pasting data instead of focusing on quality online education. When you step back to look at your current digital setup, there are a few major red flags that signal your tech stack is working against you. The first is double data entry. If your staff has to manually type a student's name, email, or grade into more than one system, your infrastructure is broken. Red flag number 2, technology outpacing pedagogy. If your faculty is changing how they want to teach simply because the software won't let them do it, the tool is controlling the mission. rather than serving it. Red flag number 3, high support volume. If the vast majority of your student help tickets are about technical glitches, password resets, and broken links, your tech is a barrier, not a help. Recognizing these red flags is the first step. Fixing them requires 2 very practical processes: an EdTech audit and EdTech consulting. An EdTech audit is simply a health check for your digital ecosystem. It is a systematic review where you map out every single digital tool you own, who is using it, and how much it costs, and then whether it links to other software. It's a purely operational review to eliminate double data entry, stop paying for software you don't use, and ensure your technologies are finally moving as one unit. EdTech consulting comes into play before you make your next big technology investment. When you are looking to buy a new system or overhaul your current one, consulting provides an objective, architectural viewpoint. It's about mapping your workflow out on paper first to make sure a new digital tool actually integrates with your existing tech stack. This objective planning prevents you from getting locked into expensive, long-term software contracts that don't actually talk to the rest of your system. We offer both services at Toonboo Global and would be happy to evaluate your system and let you know what is possible within your budget. Whether you are auditing what you currently have or consulting on a future build, the goal is always to achieve 3 foundational must-haves. The first is a central hub, one primary platform that acts as the anchor for the student experience where everything else connects. Number 2, single sign-on, or SSO. Your learners log in exactly once and have seamless access to their videos, discussions, and materials without ever hitting secondary login screens. And third, automated data flow. When an action happens in one system, like a student registering for a course, that data automatically triggers the next action in your other systems without human intervention. At the end of the day, a disconnected tech stack stands directly in the way of executing the online learning you are so passionate about. Every time a student has to stop and struggle with the technology, it drains their mental energy and pulls their focus away from the material you're trying to teach them. By having your digital tools audited and strategically planning their integration, you remove administrative roadblocks, protect your team's time, and create a seamless environment where real learning can thrive. Thanks for joining me today. Stay tuned for next month's episode, the final in the Demystifying the Digital Landscape series, where I decode the structural differences between courses, webinars, trainings, and workshops.